Right, so I'm doing a tutorial for legendary 2 betrayals because Gordiaxis and Kronos just asked for one then in the stream because they both keep getting bad TBs apparently. So yeah, I'm not gonna do this as like a normal tutorial because Garish has already got one of those. I'm just gonna go over the things that I'm thinking of rather than explain all the strats because Garish has already done that. Or if I'm doing something differently, I'll explain it anyway. So yeah, here we go.
Look out! Look out!
Right, so sometimes that happens. Can't really help it. Just spam click the first one, overcharge the rest. Jump to delay the
We
checkpoint.
can't let the monitor activate Halo. We have to stop him. We have to destroy Halo. According to my analysis of the available
Overcharge
data,
those
I
two
believe the
sentinels
best course of
specifically.
action is somewhat risky. An explosion of sufficient
Pretty much
size will help
pray that you
destabilize
get
the
a blue
ring
elite because
and
it
will
makes
cut
it
to
so
a
much
number of
easier.
primary systems. We need to trigger a detonation on a large scale, however. A starship's fusion reactors going critical
Now just
would
do
the job.
the deload like you normally would.
I'm going to search what's left of the Covenant BattleNet and see if I can locate the Pillar of Autumn's crash site.
Wait until
If the
those
ship's
turn
fusion
away
reactors
to
are
look at
still
the
relatively
sticky.
intact,
Then
we
you can
can
walk
use them
forward.
to
You don't need to
destroy
wait
Halo.
for them to do that little twitch animation like I see a lot of people doing. You can do if you want for consistency, but it does waste a little bit of time. Getting onto this platform, if you want to go for the IL record, 55 seconds you need to hit this platform by, or else you're already losing time, so there's like no point. If you're losing time in the first like minute, what's the point? One thing to mention is I know some people do the, what do you call it? What's it called? Like the God Slide or whatever, the easy strat to get to the Banshee, then pick up the rockets. If you're more comfortable with that, then fine. But as far as I know, it doesn't save any time. I timed my fastest time to the first pulse doing these strats, and they were no different to what Garish did in the record. Now I could be wrong, and Garish could have gotten better times to the first pulse, but his record's no faster than the strats I use. So yeah. Anyway, this Banshee, I turn it like this so I can get back in it straight away after pressing the button.
I haven't located the crash site yet, but we need to buy some time in case the monitor or his sentinels find a way to activate Halo's final
I aim
weapon
towards the
without
middle of
the
this
index.
platform
The
so
machinery
that
in
when I
these
dismount
canyons
the
are Halo's
Banshee,
primary firing mechanisms.
I'm aiming
They
at an
consist
angle,
of 3
aiming
phase
in
pulse
towards the
generators that
hallway
amplify
so
Halo's
the elite
signal
won't
and
track me and I
allow
can
it to
just walk
fire
straight
deep
through
into space.
without having to turn
The
around and
power
kill
levels
anything.
are enormous. I can't even begin to calculate the pulse's
So
range. That's the
if you're going
pulse
for
generator.
record, you should hit
The
this
center
pulse
core is the
generator
signal
by
amplifier.
1 minute 10
That's
seconds.
what we need to shut down.
If you're not, then
We need to
you're
interrupt the
doing
pulse
something
generator's
slow.
energy stream. Objective accomplished. The pulse generator has overloaded. Scanning.
Walk slightly to the left there so you
The
can try and
generator's
avoid
central
the
core is offline. Well done.
sentinels and take less
So,
damage, but
if we
sometimes you
damage or
can't
destroy these generators, the monitor will
avoid
need to
it
repair
and
them
you'll just
before
take
the
1
second
bar,
fuse
but
generator is
you
located.
shouldn't really be
Buy us
taking
some
any more
time.
than 1 bar of damage
Move
there.
out and I'll mark the target with a nav point when we get closer. I'm marking the location of the nearest pulse generator with a nav point. We need to move in and neutralize the device.
So the idea behind that is I just want to slide. I want to aim a Banshee low, so I slide in and hit the trigger at the same time. Wait until they shoot. You don't necessarily have to wait until they shoot. Like when I'm doing ILs I don't, but when I'm doing full game I do. This is just standard stuff. Well, yeah, standard stuff. Right, well that's why I don't like waiting for them to shoot. Like look, if you just walk up to it, you can usually get away with it. Unless they're really dumb and they're not facing it in the first place. So here, I mean I'm 2 red now, so we'll see if I die. Well, yeah, I've said this before. It depends how much health you're on to do that strat, but I want to show it for the sake of it because I really don't like lining up those nades for ILs, and I think people should stop doing it. Like the majority of the time, you'll make it around this corner with shields and enough health to just walk down. Like there you go. So I'd recommend doing that. In ILs, wait for that first elite form to pass that box, then shoot where I did. Throw the grenades in this order. Don't do it in any other order. That's the best order by far. Make a little bit of a point to pick up grenades there, but it's not essential. As long as you have one, which you should if you throw the grenades that I do. As long as you've got one, you should be alright. Throw it like that towards the group. If the Goldie doesn't come towards you, then you can just attract him down like this, or you can push forward if you're going for IOs. You only need one sticky going into this next area, so throw one of the two you picked up from the Goldie. Essentially, the gist is you want to kill as many of those elites, or get as many elites to dive off the edge as possible with the stickies you throw down the left. And then just make your way down the right with the shotgun, and you can use one rocket on that bridge. So throw the frag like that. This is just like normal stuff. Garish does something different here, but I'm not too sure if it even saves time, so I don't know, you can gauge that on your own if you want, but I'm still doing this for now. If the rocket flood comes out straight away like that, then you just need to be faster than the rocket and move out the way. If not, then go down the side and wait for well, you'll get a checkpoint. Make a point out of trying to kill these pistol flood, because if you're low shields here, then you're fucking dead, because these popcorn will just shred you. So once all the popcorn are dead, you can get a checkpoint here, but obviously don't do any of that. Just shoot your shotgun twice and run through if you're going for IL and you don't want to wait for checkpoint. So now there's a few ways to do this bridge after some like playing around with it. I saw on Jumpyard's YouTube channel that he does this thing called Mohawk strats, so I'll show you what that is now. So I'd throw a grenade there, and then he jumps here, shoots the middle of that second area, then does the same again for that, and he just keeps walking down the right side. And that's like, I think it's a really reasonable strat for the second bridge. It's like a good one to use if you want. The standard one, which pretty much everyone does, they throw a sticky high like that, they jump over, rocket there, and then they just shotgun the way down. Throw a frag there, and then you use one more rocket there. I don't know, both work, do whichever. I'm probably leaning more towards doing Jumpyard's Mohawk strats if you ask me. But anyway, it like second bridge is a funny one. Like it literally just depends on the Banshee and what RNG you got on the Banshee. If you get a good Banshee, there's pretty much no excuse for dying on the second bridge. Just avoid melees, and you shouldn't die on second bridge if the Banshee's in a good spawn. If you get a bad Banshee, then like it just makes it so much harder, and you really can't do anything about it. You've just got to like I said, you just can't do anything about it, and you'll just have to keep trying until you get through. So here, whatever, you can do this sticky strat and run through if you're going for the IL. But like, only do it for the fucking, like, it's too, I don't do this in full game because I just think it's too risky. But yeah, that's what you want to do if you're on the IL. If not, just walk around. If you're doing full game, just walk around to the left, shoot a rocket in or something like that. You probably want to watch someone else's lineup for this out of bounds clip that saves like a second, 2 seconds, whatever it is, because for some reason I just can't do it these days. So, oh well, I jinxed it, didn't I? But yeah, there you go. This jump, watch someone else's, watch Garish's tutorial. I'm terrible at it, and I probably fail it now. Well, I didn't fail it, but Garish can do a better job of explaining it than me because I'm trash at it. Here, if you won red, wait 5 seconds. Like if you're low health on full game, wait 5 seconds, and then the elite will walk to the left and won't kill you like that. But obviously, if you're doing the IL, you need to just fucking go for it. So
next pulse generator.
oh yeah, we'll be doing this a few times. So pick up rockets, frags, and you don't need to pick up stickies. If you want to be fast, you just pick up the frags and rockets and get back in the ghost. Plus it also depends on how many stickies you picked up on the second bridge. So if you're going for that here, if you drive slightly over to the left, you get the checkpoint. I don't know why. Well, I don't know if people do that these days, but I remember I used to watch people and not do it. And I just don't understand why, because it literally wastes no time. You get a better lineup to get into the Banshee and you get a checkpoint, so. Right, so here, you want to make sure that he's dead. If not, it just can just be a pain. So, I throw a sticky into that. You want to, see, this is the thing, you need to get it as high as possible so it goes into that hole. Yeah, like that. I usually frag first, then rocket. Right, okay, I'll do what I would do in an IL. So this is the problem. That essentially what goes on with the IL is like the YOLO strats is you need that the rocket flood to die. If the rocket flood don't die, you'll pretty much never make it out
the pulse generator
alive.
Overloaded. One more to go.
I think if I'm honest, this could definitely use some work, but this is what I did to get the IL record. So it does work. It's just not consistent.
That did it.
And I think it could definitely use some work.
One more to go.
But I think this will probably become full game soon. Just YOLOing it, because clearing it out normally can take some time depending on the spawns. But this is what you want to do if you're clearing it out normally. Just wait until everything's dead, kill the sentinel if it's still flying about. Wait for the checkpoint.
That did it. The pulse generator overloaded. One more to go.
That just happens. You can't help it.
That did it. The pulse generator overloaded. One more to go.
Doesn't mean you've done anything wrong, it just means you've got bad luck. One thing I want to mention about this is you want as much Banshee health as possible. Don't bother flying down. Fly at a really shallow angle like that. Then let the Banshee drop. You'll find that you lose way less Banshee health by doing that. If you fly at a deeper angle and then let it drop less, you'll lose a lot more Banshee health. Like, I've learnt that the hard way, losing runs to that. This trick, watch someone else's video on how to do this. I will not explain it better than Garish or someone like that. They'll definitely do a better job of explaining it. One thing I did learn is you need to look, like, don't look out too wide by doing that. You need to look like at a reasonably shallow angle when you're doing that, or else it just won't go through the door. So you just gotta try and preserve Banshee health again, so just try and dip down behind these ledges, whatever. Try and have sticky selected for killing those enemies. You can fly really low over these, and if you're going for IO you probably should. But it's risky as fuck. Do not do anything like that in full game, it's just dumb. Like that's probably about as shallow as you can get away with for both of them, if you don't want to just die. So, yeah. And then that's it. That's TV. I'll probably watch this back and see if anything needs talking over in more detail, but as far as I'm concerned, that's all that really matters.